morning, everybody. And as I said to everybody yesterday, I posted all around, I want to welcome you to Morning Blessings. I actually feel that, it's time again. And so good day to all of you, no matter where you are. And Morning Blessings will begin. So grab a cuppa and a favorite spot and sit and relax while I share some insights and blessings with everybody. Okay, today I want to speak a little bit about connections that we have, that we want to have, and the ones that we kind of tend to forget about, especially in the chaos of the world today. Okay, but first off, what is a connection? Okay, well, in the dictionary, it is expressed as a relationship in which a person, thing, or idea is actually linked or associated with something else, like the action of linking one thing with another, or placing parts of an electrical circuit to contact so that the current can flow. And if you think about it, that's how we are too with our relationships, with everything we have in our life. It's a connection too, and you want to keep that flow positive. So with that said, let's think about how we connect with each other today, right? That's not hard really, because we connect each day mainly with technology through cell phones and social media on the computers. And because of this, we've kind of lost most of our what I call your humanness, okay? The ability for compassion, the ability for empathy. Hold on a minute, and someone will say, I talk with people every day, right? But do we really? I don't think so. I think all that technology has kind of fogged us in between, right? So with that said, what else is going on with it? Speaking through a text or a post, social media, it's not really hearing a voice, right? You're just reading. It doesn't have tone or inflection. It has lost that part of that human connection. It's just words, written words. So when I was growing up, every parent in the neighborhood knew every child, and every child knew every parent, and it was safe. We would run with our friends. We'd run with them in the neighborhood. Every child knew every child. And we would yell out their name over and over till they came out to play. I was just talking about this with somebody the other day. I used to go to a friend's house and yell, Debbie, Debbie, and we'd be outside. That's how we got in touch with our friends at their house, okay? It's kind of, I don't know, but we felt safe, and the world has kind of changed so much. Everybody's kind of hands off. But we used to play games. We used to share things like hobbies, or go outside and play tag, or God forbid, a good game of curveball or football with three people, the receiver, the passer, and the one that would flip the ball to the quarterback, and then we'd switch it around. It was a very different time. Everybody's so caught up in the technology. But as adults, back in my day, we used to meet up at a favorite restaurant and enjoy a meal, or go to see a movie at a theater, and we would laugh and talk about what it was going on in our lives. We'd share that, not rushed, not hurried, not through a text. We connect in a human way, with empathy, with compassion, with understanding and acceptance that it was okay to have highs and lows as we walk through life, right? Because that's what life is. It's a journey. So today, people have forgotten how to connect and communicate in human ways. We hide behind the safety of our computer screens, whether they are on our phones or our actual computer screens. It's pretty much the same, right? We have been given a feeling of anonymity that empowers us to be hateful, spiteful, and extremely angry with people. We don't allow others to speak their opinions without attacking and telling them they are wrong. In essence, we have created the perfect storm, and it escalates as violence. Yes, like it or not, that's what humankind, that's what all the people around the world have created. So is it fixable? Can we fix it? Well, in my opinion, we can indeed fix it, but we need to start by taking time not only for ourselves and our own personal growth, but for the world's positive and empowered growth. We need to step up to the plate, learn to stop telling everyone what to do, and start doing things for ourselves, making those positive changes. We need to spend more time with each other and not always talk in the same space using our phones and communicate through texting, especially if we're in the same house, right? It always drives me crazy. If you're in the same house or the same building, walk and see and talk, hear, listen and hear. Okay, really important that we listen and hear. Seriously, you know, I got up the other day and I was telling somebody the other day about a friend a few years ago, and she literally texted me from the other room. From the other room. It's like, you know, I got up and I said, are you kidding me? Why don't you just walk over or holler or tell me, come over here? And we're all like that right now. And it's kind of scary. I remember picking up my daughter one time from school, and all these kids were outside. They were all texting on the phone. They were texting to people that were standing right next to them. They never put their head up looking from the phone. They just kept texting. And it's just sad because it's kind of an art. I don't know. It's kind of scary, actually. And, you know, I don't know. But I do think that life itself has gotten scary. I think we are in a time of chaos and in a time of, you know, unsure which direction we're going to take. And it's very hateful out there. People are snapping and they're very angry, and it's sad. So now, you know, maybe it's time to unplug for it every now and then, to just literally unplug from it and sit down and get to know ourselves again. Who truly are we? And then reach out to someone you love and unplug with them. You know, like tell them, put your phones down. Your kids come home, phones over there. We're going to sit and we're going to talk. We're going to have a meal. Okay. And it kind of helps us to bring back love, compassion, empathy back into our worlds, reconnect to what it is to be human again. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. Connections, everything that is in some way, at some point, connected. And often many of us take that for granted. I know I have in the past, and I know many of my friends and family have in the past. And that's when you come to realize that I have to be the one to slow down. I have to be the one to stop and stand still for a moment and think about how connected everything in life really is. Elementals, water, air, earth, fire. One can't exist without the other. And you'd kind of think that they're all powerful on their own and all part of each other and part of us for some rhyme or reason, right? So connections, I would say, that defines a big part of us as humans, whether we accept it or not. We are all very connected. So now, when we look at being connected, we have to think about how to interact with everything. So we have to interact with everything in our world at some point of the day. We have air we breathe. And air is life, right? We wouldn't be here if we couldn't breathe air. Yet stop to think about different air smells between a city and a country spot like where I live. It's different. And we're responsible for that. We have all been there. We have all heard the remark of, wow, the air smells so fresh. The smell of fresh grass in a meadow, water running in a river, birds that sing and cry in the trees, all carried to us through the air. It sustains life. Earth is what we walk on, we run on, we drive on, we work on. It grows our food, it changes, it grows, evolves with us. Through all our changes, good and bad, the earth keeps right up along with us, right next to us, right under our feet, right in front of us. Many times we're destructive of earth. And yet I wonder if we took a minute or two to remember who she is, if we would do some of the things we do to her. Yet she continues to sustain life. Water. Water makes up the majority of our bodies, right? It's part of who we are. And it's the liquid that descends from the clouds as rain. It forms streams, it forms lakes and seas, and a major constituent of all living matter. It also sustains life. We need to remember even after we forget, to honor these elementals as sacred, for without them, we would not be. Because of them, though, we are connected. So now let's take a few minutes here to actually raise our voices and our intentions up. And I want you all to take a minute and to breathe in and relax and put energy into whatever prayers you have that you're holding, so we can put them up together. And before I begin, I want you to add these following people into our prayers, to add to them, give them healing or energy or whatever it is that they need at this time for positives. I want to first start with Carrie Blackmore, Keith Farmer and his mom, Danny Biddle, Sharon Guardiola, Rihanna and Ian and Ian's father, Linnell's daughter, Sarah, and her daughter's fiance, David, Ellie and her friend Antonia, to finish school strong and have an amazing future ahead of them. For JT, for Joshua, for Bob, for Philip Headley, for Kathy Brown, for Victoria, and for Teresa. So add your prayers to that, and I will start with prayer now. I call to the sacred winds to carry my words to the ancestors of the north, the south, the east, the west, above, below, and within. I call to the sacred winds to carry my words to the winged ones, the four-leggeds, the plant people, the crystal keepers, the thunder beings, the angelic realm, to Mother Mary and Magdalene, to my brother Christ, and to all the nations that love us, to all the spirits that have walked before us and with us in our life's journey. We thank you all for the many blessings that you have shared with us today and beyond. And I ask that you hear our prayers, whether spoken or held silently within our hearts. Bring us the strength that we need to walk paths without ego or judgment. Allow our hearts to hear what our ears are missing, and teach us how to allow forgiveness for others and for ourselves. Fill our being with unconditional love that you so freely offer all. I call that we are reminded we are all no better than or less than one another. Today I ask you to hear our prayers as we stand humbly before you, small and human, and help us to remember we are all a tiny part of the universe, yet we're all connected. Guide us through our days to help us with our humanness, that we learn to reconnect with others in gentle and positive ways, offering smiles when they need them, without thought, shoulders or ears to help ease another, and words that uplift and soothe. Keep our children safe and strong in this troubled world. And I ask that on this day and days ahead, guidance is shared with all of us to help us as we walk our paths. Help open our eyes so we are able to learn the right way of things, and teach us to respect all life, no matter how small. Open our ears and our minds so that we can understand things that are being taught to us in good and gentle ways. Open our hearts so that when the harshness of the world falls down at our feet, we are able to cope and handle it with compassion, with understanding. And I ask today and all days that we honor our connections as sacred, that we share respect with all that is, no matter if we are aware of the impact of those connections or not, that we are guided to care for all these elementals by replenishing, replanting, using only what is needed, and remembering that they are each sacred gifts that we depend on for life itself, because they connect us to each other. that we are connected to each other, and no matter what we do or say affects each and every person, whether you believe it or not. It will bring us all back to that human that lies deep within our souls. I thank you all. Pip and Mango, thank you all for who have walked with us and answered our calls this day and in days to come, and I honor you. Aho. So my wish to you all today is that you look around yourselves and learn to connect with ourselves and each other in more positive human ways, that we plant seeds of awareness and to others in gentle reminders, and what a great gift we have been given to share, that we care for all life in a gentle and giving way, returning and continuing the cycle of giving and replenishing. May your day be bright and filled with faith, for it's way past time to remember that we are all related. So until another day, please, if you wish to have people added to our prayers as we lift them, inbox me or send them over to me on my website, bearmedicinewalker.com, or over on Facebook. And until next time, may all of you just have a beautiful and wonderful day. So until next time, bear out.